If you look at a map of Great Britain, it's very easy to just look at the whole thing and think of it as England. But in Shakespeare's day, these were very distinct kingdoms. Scotland, Ireland, even Wales was thought of as distinct from England. And when Henry II was subduing Wales, he promised to give them a prince that was born in Wales and could not speak one word of English. And then he put his pregnant wife in a castle in Wales. But anyway, by the time of Henry V's reign, Wales is closely allied with England and does not have a separate monarchy. Scotland and Ireland still have their own national identity, and one of the areas that Henry V is shown to be conquering in this play is the kingdoms on the periphery of England. And so in Act 3, Scene 2, we see representatives, an English officer, a Welsh officer who's working closely with him, and then an Irish and a Scottish officer. And all four of these representatives of the kingdoms of Great Britain are shown to be kind of touchy, not really getting along entirely smoothly, but all very loyal to Henry. And so by the end, in Act 5, you have Captain Llewellyn, the Welsh captain who spoke in a kind of broken English all the way through, championed by the English Captain Gower when Llewellyn and Pistol have an altercation. And we're supposed to see all of these representatives of the outlining kingdom as coalescing and bonding together because Henry is uniting the kingdom that will later become Great Britain and Ireland, and that Queen Elizabeth was the head of when Shakespeare wrote the play. So King Henry's progressive conquests, not just in France, but of the nations that were distinct but close to England.